This is Prowl 1701, also known as another sci-fi guy, and today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Doctor Who British version of the Tom Baker Blu-ray set, which is right here. Doctor Who, The Collection, Season 12, which is different than the US version, which just says Tom Baker Season 1, because it's his first season. I had this imported because it just looks so much better than the US version. It's got so many extras. Let's go ahead and take the wrapping off real quick. Look at that. Oh, that feels nice. It's not shiny or anything, but it feels nice. It feels like a book, actually. It's a lot thicker than the US version. Look at that. That's how thick that is. And then the back is just like the US version right here. Tells you it's got some nice artwork right there. Tells you the 5 stories that are in it, which is, they're all good stories, ranging from good to extraordinary. Got Tom there, the Doctor Who logo, the collection, and Season 12. Now, it uses the new Doctor Who logo, the Jodie Whittaker logo, which is a little odd. I expected the more diamond logo that's more appropriate for most of Tom's run. But I actually do like the new logo, so it doesn't really bother me like it does some people. And I think it fits in right there with the rest of the packaging. We got Lee Binding does this artwork. He does a lot of Doctor Who artwork, including the Season 1 and 2 still books. And he also did the artwork for Day of the Doctor, Time of the Doctor, and some of the DVD covers. He does a great job here. You can see the background has the time vortex from Tom's intro for most of his run. There's a great picture of Tom and of the enemies he fights this season: the Dalek, the Cybermen, the robot, the Sontaran, and I can't remember the name of them, the Wyrn, or something like that from Ark in Space. And Season 12 is considered to be one of the best seasons in Doctor Who history, and I agree, it's one of my favorites. And wow, this thing's just huge. It's so thick. Unlike the US version, which is, again, just kind of a blue case. I'll do another video where I do a comparison because I have the US version as well. So this slides right out, like that. And then we have just the naked artwork, or clean artwork, I think they call it, which looks phenomenal. I especially like here you can see Tom's screwdriver. With most of the lettering on there, you normally can't tell he's holding his screwdriver. And I like that. I think that looks really good. And on the back, we have a great shot of the TARDIS right here. That looks really, really good with in the time vortex. And when we open it up, we have more of the time vortex here. And then this opens up, and we get that nice little bit of artwork right there with Tom, Harry, and Sarah Jane. And then this opens right up, and we have a book, and then we'll pull this out, and you get a wonderful shot of a computerized remake of the TARDIS console right here from Tom's era, and that looks really nice. The menu actually has shots of this in it, the actual DVD menus with different shots of that interior. And then looking at the book itself, it shows, you know, this cool book. This doesn't come with the US version. Nice note from Tom, best wishes, Tom Baker. If you open it up, and it basically gives you all sorts of information about the season and some nice artwork there. It talks about different episodes, the Ark in Space. Etc., etc. And that's really cool. Seeing the bonus material right there. That's really neat. So it's kind of cool to have that, and you can just put it back in here and fold it back up. And that stays in place pretty well. Then I love the fact that the UK version, all the DVDs have different artwork. It's a little hard to get your finger right in there. That's really a tight fit. See, there's a robot. Here's Ark in Space. It is really difficult to get in there. Sultaran Experiment. I've heard some of the Sultaran Experiments. The UK release, one of the episodes has some sound issues. Since I'm just opening it, I don't know yet, but be aware of that. The US one does not have any sound issues. Gorgeous picture from Genesis of Davros and the Daleks. It is not easy to get in there. That's really difficult. There. And then that one just popped right out. And then, of course, Revenge of the Cybermen, which is a very underrated story. And the bonus disc with the TARDIS on it. And then the cool thing is under the last disc, there's a great shot of Tom from his show's intro. And that looks really nice. That's great art right there. So that's really impressive. I really like the fact that all of the DVDs have their own artwork, unlike the US release, which is all the same artwork, basically the cover artwork. It's a really nice package. Looks really, really good. And I'm impressed with it. 2 of the episodes, The Ark in Space and Revenge of the Cybermen, have updated special effects. The Ark in Space special effects are actually from the DVD release back in like 2001, 2002. So they're not the best in the world, but they do look better than the original effects used. And the Revenge of the Cybermen CG effects are actually new to the Blu-ray release, and they look phenomenal. They actually really raised that episode up, because Revenge of the Cybermen is a very underappreciated Cyberman story. And I think the only thing, in my opinion, that was really holding it back for the most part were the bad spaceship effects and stuff like that. And they've gone back and redone a lot of the effects, and it really does a lot to improve the episode, in my opinion. This is definitely one of my favorite seasons of Doctor Who. I love Robot. I think it's a great first story for a Doctor. There's a lot going on in it, and you really get a sense of Tom's Doctor from that very first episode. The Ark in Space is one of my favorites. I think it has some very chilling moments. It's one of the few episodes I remember from my childhood. Sultaran Experiment, actually, I just watched for the first time recently. I really enjoy it. It's only a 2-parter, but since it's not overly long, it never feels slow-paced, and it was enjoyable. Genesis of the Daleks is, of course, one of the most famous episodes of Doctor Who ever, and for good reason. It's really well done, really well written, really well acted, and that's probably the best I've ever seen Davros is in that episode. And, of course, Revenge of the Cybermen, I think, is a really good story. I think it's one of the better Cybermen stories, because I think a lot of Cyberman stories don't work for me. But Revenge is one of the ones that does. So, yeah, here it is. The UK version of Tom Baker's first season on Blu-ray, which it's just called Doctor Who, The Collection Season 12. And soon I'll do a video comparing this with the US release. Don't forget to like, don't forget to click the subscribe button, and if you're into Star Wars, you can check out my other channel, Prowl1701, PROWL1701, where I review Star Wars lightsaber replica hilts. I have quite a few of them. And most importantly, thank you for watching.